See, this is why the OGs be saying the game has changed. Everybody want to go viral, especially when it comes to disrespecting people that paved the way. Until somebody from that old school era finally claps back, and then we have issues. Now, the Wayans brothers are finally speaking out against Aries Spears, and this whole thing just really exposes how sick and tired the OGs are of getting the lack of respect from the younger generation. Now, just to give y'all a quick backstory, rewind back a few months back, maybe a year ago, Marlon Wayans had an issue with Vlad TV. Now, Vlad TV wanted to interview Marlon Wayans, kind of similar to what's going on with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Marlon gave him a price. DJ Vlad felt like that wasn't the price that, according to him, you know, the market sets your price. You know what I'm saying?
You see where I'm from, you don't do that.
But, so I guess the market price wasn't what he wanted for Marlon. So he decided not to do it. But like I said in a previous interview, when it doesn't go Vlad's way, you know what I'm saying, he wants to take his whoopee and go home. So he exposed the business that him and Marlon discussed behind the scenes, what Marlon was asking for. And at that time, he had interviewed Aries Spears. And when he interviewed Aries Spears in normal Vlad form, he's going to ask you something about something that has nothing to do with you to see if you'll stick your nose in their business. Now, I, or probably a lot of you, did not know the history between Aries Spears and the Wayans brothers. I don't know how far back they go. I know they all from New York. So I'm pretty sure if they all been in the same comedy background, they've been amongst each other. I know Aries Spears is younger than Marlon, and Marlon's the baby of the Wayans bunch, so he's not a peer of theirs. So for him to even speak on Marlon's business when he made that comment, like, is it worth the squeeze? Is it really worth the squeeze to do all this and all that? Now, mind you, fast forward to now. Look at what Aries Spears going through. You know what I'm saying? So the little bit of money he was getting, he was asking for more money. Now he's not even getting that. So I would ask that question to him. Was it worth the squeeze?
Use your common sense.
You know what I'm saying? So now you done burned two bridges. You burned the bridge up at Vlad TV. You burned the bridge up with the Wayans brothers. They got you running left and right from block to block, north to south. I mean, like, where you gonna go, homie? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to learn how to watch your mouth out here in these streets, because these YouTube streets ain't playing no games, and people think YouTube is really just get up here, run your mouth, have a good time, and get likes and clicks, but they don't know. It's some old school cats like me that'll catch you at Walmart with your granny and do some damage to you now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of the things that you are saying on this internet, and people just keep forgetting. And then a lot of times they get up here and they talk about so many people day in and day out, they forget what they said. So then when they run across somebody in the streets, it's like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. You know I'm just playing, man. You know how I do, man. You know I'm just playing. Blah, 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 blah. But let's go ahead and go to this interview. Shout out to the Morning Hustle. Shout out to Kyle Centillion. I'm gonna tell y'all something funny, man. I'm an A&T graduate, and Kyle Centillion is actually a Winston-Salem State Ram. But when I was at A&T University, that man was on the radio show at 102 Jams. He had the show with him, Showdown, and I forgot, I think it was one of them comedians, I can't remember. But to see his growth, to go from that to the Kendra G show to now the Morning Hustle, shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? But they was on the Morning Hustle, and the Wayans brothers said they had enough, because Shorty asked him a question. I forgot her name right now. You know, L'Oreal. She asked Sean a question, and this is how Sean clapped back. Y'all check it out.
This is crazy.
Because you had one too.
I did I?
Yeah, they called you arrogant. It was a comedian, Aries Spears, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And a bitch.
Whack
at him because I didn't care, but now that you bring it up, he's a bitch for that, because he was begging to get inside of one of our movies or on our TV show. I hooked him up. I put him on a cartoon that we did called The Boo Crew. And I realized how crazy he was. He was a crazy man. Yeah. And what he's saying is, we've seen him get slapped up already online. Man. So
and here's the thing,
what happened.
Like I said, he always got something smart to say, and I have no disrespect for any black man in this business or anything. Just keep our name out your mouth.
Keep our name out your mouth.
I had a beef with, what's his name? DJ Vlad. And, you know, it's one thing. Me and Vlad's between me and Vlad.
Yeah.
Right.
But then Vlad asked him a question about, you know, about the situation. And, you know, Aries always got something smart to say, and I respect the fact that he was trying to bite his tongue, but he was like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Don't talk about my money or my value or what I feel about what my value is. You don't get to do that. And as a black man, you should never, ever do that, because one day you're going to be in my position.
That's
Long
stupid,
behold,
guys.
8 months later,
Yeah.
him and DJ Vlad beefing about him wanting more money from
Look at
Vlad.
that. Is the
And
juice worth
and
the
I was
squeeze?
gonna say, is the juice worth the
Yeah.
squeeze? But I shut my mouth out of respect. And as men, you know, hey man, Aries, you got our number, holler.
That's how men do it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them Wayans boys. And I know them boys 10 times deeper than Aries Spears tribe. So I know for a fact he don't want to see old Damon and Keenan and that nigga that used to hold the camera as the nigga in the background on no dark alley. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too many of them boys. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them Wayans boys. And like at the end of the day, man, I'm all for checking somebody when they get out of pocket. Every time, and just because you check somebody doesn't necessarily mean you got to beat them up or you got to get physical, but you got to always let people know where you stand and where you coming from. And at the end of the day, Aries Spears know better than that. He was out of pocket, man. A grown man doesn't discuss another man's money because it's not his. Why should you care? Why are you concerned about what the next man's business is when it has nothing to do with yours? That's what you need to learn today. You understand what I'm saying? Now, shout out to our sponsors, Quick Mix Studios. Of course, if you need any studio time, holla at the boys. Make sure you click that email on the bottom of the screen so that way you can book your time, get your voiceovers, whatever you may need. You know what I'm saying? They're official sponsor of Strait Shoota Podcast. We up in here right now. Green screens flying. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just want to close with this. At the end of the day, it's too much pocket watching going on. Too much hating on the next man that got it, wishing it was them. It could be you, but all you got to do is put in the work. And a lot of people don't want to put in the work, or they burn bridges as they achieve the next level, not thinking that it can't happen the way you can't get knocked back down. Stay on your grind, stay focused, but you can't be doing sucker stuff like this. When somebody asks you a question about the next man, you tell them to go holler at that man. And you leave it at that. Because the only thing that's going to happen is when you open your mouth, it's going to cause more problems. You know what I'm saying? And Aries Spears probably was trying to do his 1-2 every time he goes on Vlad to try to increase his values and book more shows. But it looks like it really didn't turn out that way. And now you got more enemies than friends. And if you're already on the chitlin circuit, to where that's the only way you could get your money, that's where you're going to pretty much stay if you keep making moves like this. But y'all put it in the comments, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. Was the Wayans brothers correct for stepping to Aries Spears on, addressing Aries Spears' question when it came up, because he ain't had no business running his mouth like that. Now, I think Sean want to knock him out. Now, see, that's what they be, you know what I'm saying? The cats used to always try to play Sean Wayans like he was soft, and because y'all got to understand, they comedians, so if he playing them silly-ass roles in them movies, that's what they do. That's a silly-ass family. They deep, so they just sitting around cracking jokes all day. You got to have some tough skin to rock with them boys, man, if you trying to go to dozens with them. Because if you just want to shoot a shot and you just old regular street nigga or just some nigga that ain't funny, you going to get roasted, and you ain't going to like it. You know what I'm saying? But them boys can fight, too, and they got family, too. So what you thought? But y'all tell me, man, like I said, man, put it in the comments, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. You know what I mean? It's your boy Swift Dollar, 16 Pad Killer, and we out. Strait Shoota Podcast, baby. Go on.